The galaxy had always whispered about the Supremes, a species so powerful, so confident in their strength, that no enemy had ever dared to challenge them. Every empire, every fleet, every world had bowed before their might. And now, they claimed, it was time to conquer what remained. The Supreme's fleet appeared at the edge of human space. Thousands of ships, glowing with energy shields and bristling with weapons, moved as one unstoppable tide. Their leaders spoke of domination with arrogance. "No one can stop us," said Supreme Commander Zorath. "Humanity is gone. Their colonies are weak, scattered, and defenseless. Soon we will wipe all traces of them from the galaxy." Within the alien fleet, officers nodded nervously. They had heard the stories. They had seen the power of the Supremes before, and they had never doubted their supremacy. But as they entered human-controlled space, strange things began to happen. Sensor readings became unreliable. Long-range scans picked up faint energy signals, but they did not match any known human technology. Something was out there. Something hiding. The Supremes laughed. "Ghosts of a dead species," Zorath said. "Imaginary threats for imaginary heroes." Meanwhile, a small human fleet ship watched silently from the edge of the system. It was old by design, smaller than the alien cruisers, almost invisible on sensors. But its hull gleamed with secret technology, hidden for centuries. Its presence alone created a faint distortion in space. The aliens detected it, but they laughed. "A single ship? Against us?" "Pathetic," one officer said. "The human ship did not move fast. It did not attack. It simply hovered in silence, waiting." The crew inside knew the galaxy had forgotten the price of underestimating humanity. Then, without warning, the human ship fired a single pulse of energy. The effect was immediate. Alien shields flickered. Engines shuddered. Sensors went blind for several seconds. The once confident officers stared in disbelief. "What? What was that?" One of them whispered. Zorath's voice hardened. "No matter. They are alone. One ship cannot stop thousands." But the small human ship fired again. This time, the energy pulse was stronger. A smaller alien cruiser exploded instantly, vaporized in a bright flash. Panic spread across the alien fleet. "What is happening?" Another officer shouted. "Our systems failing." The human ship remained calm. It did not move aggressively, but its presence dominated the battlefield. Every pulse, every movement seemed to show the aliens one simple truth. Humanity had not disappeared. They had been preparing, watching, waiting. Zorath's claws tightened around the console. "Enough," he growled. "Send the main fleet forward. Crush this relic." The human ship sent a final signal. A short, cold message in encrypted human code. "You claim to be supreme. You will regret it." The words echoed in every alien mind. For the first time, doubt crept in. The arrogance that had defined the Supremes began to crack. And in that moment, the galaxy seemed to hold its breath. The invaders were confident. They were arrogant. They believed in their supremacy, but they had never faced humanity at full strength, and they were about to learn the cost of underestimating a species that refused to die. The alien fleet was still shaken. Their shields had flickered. Their sensors had failed. And one of their cruisers destroyed in an instant proved that something in human space was far beyond what they had expected. Supreme Commander Zorath paced in his command chamber. "Scan everything," he ordered. "Find that ship. Find all human forces. Show me their weakness." The alien engineers worked frantically, but every scan returned confusing results. "Sir," an officer said nervously, "the human ship? It is smaller than our cruisers, yet it seems to control energy far beyond our technology. And we detect other vessels, hidden, but dormant. Hidden? Dormant? Zorath barked. Explain. They are cloaked, sir. Their signatures are masked. They were waiting for us, the officer replied. The room went silent. Zorath's eyes narrowed. For centuries, humans were considered extinct, a forgotten species. And now, they discovered that humans had hidden the most dangerous parts of their fleet waiting. A new report appeared on the main display. One of the hidden human warships had destroyed a smaller alien patrol ship. Not a warning, not a test, a demonstration. They are stronger than we imagined, whispered another officer. And they are patient. Zorath clenched his claws. Show me everything. Find their fleet. Meanwhile, the human ship hovered at the edge of the system. It was sleek, silent, and deadly. The crew inside monitored every alien movement, calculating every possibility. Humanity had survived wars, empires, and invasions. They had learned. Every hidden ship, every secret weapon, every strategy had been designed for this moment. The aliens moved forward, confident, arrogant, believing they would crush what they thought was only one small human ship. But the humans had a plan. Another pulse of energy shot from the human ship. Alien shields flickered again. Systems overloaded. One alien destroyer exploded, sending a bright flare across space. Panic rippled through the fleet. What is this? Shouted an officer. One ship is destroying our forces. Zorath's voice was low and dangerous. It is impossible. Humans should not have this power. The humans did not send words of anger or hatred. They communicated through encrypted messages, short, simple, and cold. You declared supremacy. You will regret it. The aliens read the message. Doubt grew. Fear grew. Arrogance began to crack. Every officer realized they had underestimated a species they had long dismissed as extinct. The human ship then moved subtly, not to attack directly, but to show control. Its presence alone created pressure waves in space that forced alien ships to adjust their positions constantly. Humans had mastered not just weapons, but strategy, patience, and fear itself. Zorath slammed his claws on the console. Activate our main fleet. Crush them before they strike again. But the alien engineers hesitated. Sir, our main fleet. It is detectable. They have already predicted movement patterns. Any approach will be met with devastating force. For the first time, the commander felt doubt. The Supremes, long arrogant and supreme, realized that they were facing not just one ship, but centuries of human cunning, preparation, and hidden strength. The galaxy watched silently. Humanity, thought lost, had not only survived, they had prepared. And now, the first lesson of the humans' hidden power was being delivered, one calculated strike at a time. The aliens claimed to be supreme. But in the shadows of human space, supremacy had a new meaning. The Supreme's fleet moved cautiously now. Their arrogance had cracked. One small human ship, seemingly alone, had already destroyed their patrols. Now, every commander felt the weight of doubt pressing down like gravity itself. Supreme Commander Zorath paced the bridge. We are supreme, he reminded himself. Nothing can stop us. But his officers were shaking. Engines misfired. Shields faltered. Alien cruisers were destroyed by pulses of energy they could not predict. Panic was spreading faster than any human weapon could. They are attacking and disappearing, one officer whispered. We can't track them. Every strike is precise, then gone. Zorath slammed a claw on the console. Form a perimeter. Trap them. They will not escape. The humans moved like shadows. Small groups of ships appeared suddenly from cloaked positions, attacking key targets before vanishing into the void. The aliens fired relentlessly, but their weapons hit nothing. It was as if the humans could predict every move. In one brutal moment, an entire alien cruiser squadron attempted a pincer attack. They aimed to surround the human fleet, but before they could close in, hidden human drones appeared. In seconds, the cruisers were disabled, drifting lifeless in space. "Impossible," an officer screamed. "How can one species do this?" Zorath's mind raced. They had claimed supremacy for centuries, but now every move of the humans seemed inevitable. The fleet had no control, no confidence. Every ship followed orders, yet every plan failed. The humans did not need to fight directly. Their presence alone created fear. Every pulse of energy, every calculated maneuver, showed that the Supreme's arrogance was empty. A junior officer approached Zorath. "Sir, our fleet is breaking apart. Some units are refusing orders. Morale is collapsing." Zorath's claws trembled. "We cannot retreat. To do so would be humiliation." "But," he paused, "how do we fight an enemy that strikes without warning, disappears, and controls the battlefield with one ship?" Humans communicated only briefly. Messages were short, cold, and precise. "You claim to be supreme. Your empire will end." The words were enough to freeze the alien officers in place. Even those who had never faced humans directly understood the meaning. The species they had dismissed as extinct was alive, prepared, and far stronger than anyone had imagined. The humans used guerrilla tactics in space. They struck suddenly, creating traps that the Supremes could not see until it was too late. Entire squadrons disappeared without warning. Smaller alien ships were destroyed before they could call for reinforcements. Chaos spread like fire through the enemy fleet. Zorath's voice was low and dangerous. "They are ghosts everywhere, and we cannot see them all." Another officer whispered, "Sir, they are patient. They are waiting." For us, panic became fear. Fear became paralysis. The Supremes, who had once declared themselves rulers of the galaxy, now realized they were hunted. Every move they made was countered. Every plan was anticipated. And all the while, the humans waited. In silence, in patience, in control. And all the while, the humans waited. In silence, in patience, in control. The Supremes had claimed to be supreme. But in the depths of human space, supremacy had a new meaning, and the galaxy was about to witness it. The alien fleet was in chaos. Engines misfired. Weapons failed. Squadrons that had once been proud now drifted aimlessly. Panic spread like wildfire. The Supremes, who had claimed to be rulers of the galaxy, faced the impossible, an enemy they could not control, predict, or even understand. From the shadows of space, the human fleet revealed its full strength. Hidden warships emerged from cloaking fields and asteroid cover. They moved with perfect coordination, each ship knowing its role, each strike calculated. Humanity had prepared for centuries, and now their patience had ended. The first attack was swift and brutal. Alien capital ships were destroyed one by one. Energy beams cut through their shields like light through mist. Entire squadrons vanished before their commanders could react. The galaxy's most feared empire was being wiped out by the humans they had long believed extinct. Supreme Commander Zorath shouted orders, but nothing worked. The humans anticipated every move, every counter, every desperate attempt. It was as if the alien fleet were playing a game, and the humans already knew all the rules. A human warship appeared above the alien flagship. Its main weapon, a massive energy cannon, charged slowly. Then it fired. The beam did not just strike. It tore through the flagship's hull, splitting metal and energy alike. Explosions rocked the alien command bridge. Panic turned to horror. Humans did not celebrate. They moved with precision, discipline, and control. Every destroyed ship was a warning, every pulse of energy a lesson. They did not attack recklessly. They struck to end the Empire's arrogance efficiently. Zoreth realized the truth. We are not supreme. Not here. Not ever. His voice shook. His claws drummed helplessly on the console. Every strike, every maneuver, every hidden human fleet had proven the arrogance of the Supremes to be a lie. The humans sent a broadcast. Across all alien channels. Short, cold, terrifying. You claimed supremacy. You declared yourselves rulers. Your empire ends today. The words echoed across the fleet. Alien crews felt a chill unlike any they had known in their lives. They had been warned, and yet they had ignored the signs. Now they understood. Humanity did not just fight to survive, they fought to teach a lesson. The battle continued. Alien ships tried to flee, but humans controlled the battlefield. Cloaked ships cut off escape routes. Energy traps immobilized cruisers. One by one, the invaders fell. The Supreme's empire, once unchallenged, was collapsing under the calculated might of humanity. And in the midst of it all, the humans remained calm. They were not cruel. They were not angry. They were precise, determined, and unstoppable. Every pilot, every officer, every AI in the fleet acted with a single purpose: protect human space and remind the galaxy why humans had never been defeated. Zoreth's flagship finally fell. Explosions lit up space as the Empire's command structure vanished. The remaining ships scattered in disarray, leaderless and terrified. Humanity had struck not just with power, but with strategy, patience, and pride. The human fleet moved through the wreckage, silent, unyielding. Galaxy witnessed the triumph of a species that had been underestimated. Dismissed and written off, humanity had returned. And they had reminded the galaxy, supremacy was never a claim. It was earned. The final broadcast repeated once more, you were warned. You claimed supremacy. Humanity wipes out what defies it. Remember this. The Supremes had fallen. The galaxy had learned a lesson, and the humans? They remained vigilant, patient, eternal. The remnants of the Supreme's fleet were scattered, broken and leaderless. Their arrogance had crumbled. Their claims of supremacy had been shattered by a species they once dismissed as extinct. Humanity's fleet moved with precision, leaving no room for mistakes, no chance for escape. Every alien ship that tried to flee found itself intercepted, disabled, or destroyed. Supreme Commander Zoreth's last flagship burned silently in the void. He stared at the destruction with disbelief. How can one species do this? He whispered. His claws trembled over the console. There was no answer. Humanity had outmatched them in every way: strength, strategy, and patience. From the shadows of distant asteroids and hidden wormholes, human warships appeared like ghosts. Each vessel was a calculated weapon. Cloaked drones emerged, immobilizing capital ships, tearing apart defenses, and striking terror into every alien crew. The galaxy watched silently. Legends spoke of humanity's past battles, but no one alive had seen their full power until now. One by one, the alien cruisers exploded. Their fleets dissolved into nothingness. The empire that once claimed to be supreme vanished before the eyes of the stars. Humans did not celebrate recklessly. Their ships moved calmly through the wreckage, ensuring every threat was neutralized. They were not killers for pleasure. They were guardians of their legacy, enforcers of their patience, and protectors of human space. Zoreth tried one last desperate move, a coordinated strike of all remaining cruisers on the largest human warship. Energy beams lit the void, but the humans anticipated every trajectory. The flagship fired a single beam, a concentrated strike of pure energy that split the alien command center in two. Chaos spread instantly. Every surviving Supreme ship had no leadership, no plan, only panic. Then came the broadcast. Short, chilling, and absolute. You claimed to be supreme. You challenged humanity. You are gone forever. Let this be a warning to all who dare. The message echoed across the void. It carried centuries of human resolve, pride, and warning. Every alien officer knew the truth. Humanity had returned not as survivors, not as desperate remnants, but as legends. As the last alien ships fell, silence filled the system. The only movement was the human fleet, patrolling calmly, observing, ensuring no threat remained. Their presence alone reminded the galaxy humanity was eternal, patient, and unstoppable. Across countless systems, broadcasts repeated, humanity never needed many ships. One fleet, one species, one determination is enough to end the mightiest empire. Legends of the Supremes would remain, but only as a lesson. One could claim supremacy, but history had shown arrogance. Without understanding the human spirit is doomed to fail. The human fleet began to retreat from the battlefield, leaving the remnants of the alien empire in ruin. They moved with quiet authority, vigilant and eternal. The galaxy had witnessed the fall of a supposed supreme species. Humanity had returned, proving that legends never die, they wait. And in the silence that followed, one truth echoed across the stars. They claimed to be supreme, until humanity wiped them out forever. The galaxy would remember this day forever. A species once underestimated had risen to show why they were not just survivors, they were humanity.